Welcome back, scholars. Today, our learning target or our objective is I can mentally add or subtract 10 or 100 from a given three-digit number. So I want you to think about what patterns do you see? What patterns do you see as you look at all of these problems below? All right, so first things first. We have 87 plus 10 more. Again, mentally means that you should be able to do this math in your head. If you're adding 10 or adding 100 or subtracting 10 or subtracting 100, you should be able to do it in your head. All right, so we know we have 87, so there's 8 tens. And now we're going to add one more 10. Now, if you notice with the 7, that's in the ones place, we're adding 0 to it. So that means there's no change that's going to occur to the 7. It's going to remain the same because when you add 0 to something, you're adding nothing. You're keeping the number, the original number, the same. So let's just look at the tens place. So 87 plus 10 must be 97. 80 plus 10 is 90. And again, that number in the ones place will stay the same because you're adding 0 to it. So 87, 97. So that's the beginning. Now we have 87 plus 110. This time we have 100. And I'm not going to underline it once, twice, or 3 times the way we normally do it, but let's just change the color so you can see that this now is in the hundreds place. All right, so you notice there's no 100 right here. So we're just going to add that 100, and then let's get the blue out again. We're going to also make a change to the tens place. We're going to add one more 10 to 80. And again, you notice with the ones place that there is no change. Let's go ahead so that the ones place is not left out. Let's underline that as well. There's no change to the ones place. So with that said, we're going to add, all right, 100, and then 10 more to the 80. So that's 90, and the 7 remains. So that's 197. Oh, do you see a pattern? This is 97, and this is 197. 97, 197. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit clearer. So 197. So the pattern in both cases is the 97. 97, 97. But we just added 100 to this one. All right, now, in this case, now we have 100 here and 100 there. And then we have 80. The value of the number in the tens place is 80. The value of the number in the tens place right here is 10. And again, we are making no changes. Give me a second. No changes to the ones place. So we have 7 here, and we added nothing. We added 0. No change. So now we have 100 plus 100. And we know that is 200. And then we have 80 plus 10. That's just one more 10, so that's 90. And then 7 plus 0, we know that's 7. Oh, look at this pattern again. We have 97, 197, and 297. So 100, 200. All right, now this one's a little bit different because this time we're changing the number in the tens place on that second number. All right, so we have 100 and 100. We know that's 200. Let me not write it yet. That would be 200. And then we have 80 plus 20. And finally, we have 7 plus 0. We know there's going to be no change there. So let's look. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. We would normally say that 100 plus 100 is 200. 80 plus 20, that ends up being 100, because what's happening is 8 plus, well, if you were adding 8 plus 2, that's 10. So we have 10 tens. Remember, when you have 10 tens, you need to bundle them and rename them into 100. Okay, so now the 100 changes here, and since we bundled the one set of tens, now there are 0 tens remaining. And then, of course, we keep the 7 same way. So when we add one more 10 to 9, it becomes 10. So we need to rename it into 100. And now there's no 10s remaining. That last one might be a little tricky, but the more you practice it, it should become a bit easier for you. Okay, we're looking forward to you mentally, remember, in your mind, adding or subtracting 10 or 100 from a given 3-digit number.